Hi everybody and welcome back to Borderline. So today we're going to do another one of our tourism videos. So as it's the summer holidays, on holiday with my young children at the moment, okay, and as people normally know, I go to Lower Hyde on the Isle of Wight, should I say. But for a change, we've taken them down to Dorset at Weymouth Bay, which is obviously a haven resort. So what I want to ask people is, which do they think is the better resort? Because obviously these are the two, probably the most popular, most expensive resorts, pretty much, down here on the south coast. I'm not saying they are the most expensive because they're not, but they're two of the most expensive. So what I want people to say, let me know, is if you've been to either one, what you actually think of them. Okay, but so what I'm going to do now is give my personal view, because for about 10 years I've been going to Lower Hyde at Shanklin on the Isle of Wight, and I can't complain about Parkdean. I can complain about the price and the cost of the ferry. Okay, but apart from that I can't really complain. But if I'm going to compare the two of them, I've got to give it an honest comparison, because that's what we like to do here at Borderlines, is be honest. Even if we're going to upset somebody, which we are going to, okay, we always like to be honest about anything we're going to say. So this is my personal and honest opinion. Now, I have 5 children and I have a wife, or as I like to say a lot of the time, part-time wife. And obviously, whilst we're here, I've also got my sister-in-law, my mother-in-law, and my father-in-law. And as a lot of men would say, a life from hell. Okay, but let's move on from that. So, what do I actually think? So, both resorts are really good. There's not much in the way of difference in price. Not really. The benefit, but when it comes to accommodation, I find the accommodation at Weymouth Bay is better, and you get more bang for your buck. Now, if you need like a disabled caravan because you're wheelchair bound or anything like that, or you have issues getting upstairs or anything, you know, my sister-in-law, she suffers from, I can't remember at the moment. Yeah, I just simply can't remember. If you've seen my left foot, Daniel Day-Lewis, that'll tell you exactly what's wrong with my sister-in-law. Okay, so she can't get upstairs, so she needs a ramp. Now, with Lower Hyde, they only have about 3 to 4 accessibility caravans. So that's a fundamental problem, where here at Weymouth Bay, they have an awful lot more caravans than that. So that's always a big perk. Now, at both resorts, they're normally either 4-berth or 6-berth caravans. Okay, they don't, as far as I'm aware, they don't do them in lodges. But they're quite similar in price. There's not much difference when it comes to price on that. Okay, but you do have a bigger chunk of the pie of caravans when you go into Weymouth Bay. Now, when it comes to entertainment and facilities to do, okay, now I would say Weymouth Bay has a lot more in the way of facilities, but depending on what you want, and it does boil down to that. Okay, so if you're an older person, let's say for instance, got no more kids have flown the nest, okay, they're living their own lives and everything, and you and your partner, your husband, whatever it may well be, husband and wife, husband and husband, girlfriend, whatever, I don't really care. Okay, if that's the case, I would generally say Parkdean and Lower Hyde is the better place. Has a bigger showroom, okay, may not have as much to do, but it can be a lot more quiet. When it comes to Weymouth Bay, it is targeting the family, and it's better, especially with the activities they do, for the older children. Yes, they still cater for the younger children, not going to deny that, not going to dispute that, because that is fundamentally true. They do cater to them, trust me. I've got a 6-year-old with Down syndrome, and I've got a 2-year-old son as well. Okay, so they are catered for, but there's a lot more in a way. So if you've got older children, whether they're teenagers, or let's say for instance they're 6, 7 or above, there is way more for them to do. The arcades are bigger, there's lots of restaurants, you've got your takeaways, you've got your Burger King, you've got your Papa John's, you got your pub grub, you got your ice cream, you know, you got all of that type of stuff on site. So if you have got a family, okay, and you've got kids you're taking, Weymouth Bay is the better option. Okay, so when I take a look at it for somebody like myself and my family, I would say Weymouth Bay is the better option. Okay, and I can't look at it from a financial point of view. I've got to look at it at what are they going to offer me? What am I going to get whilst I'm on holiday? If I don't want to be going all the way down to Weymouth and going down to the beach, and I just want a nice, quite easy holiday where I can either go swimming or I can book a load of activities for the kids and they've got lots to do, Weymouth Bay is the place. Hands down, it is the place. I can't argue it as much as I'd love to. If I don't want that and I just want a quiet time, even though I can get that at Weymouth Bay, I would say go to Parkdean all day long. Okay, because that's what you will get, and you get your lively entertainment in the evening. Both of them do bingo and all your bits and pieces. Okay, so that's my personal view. Now you've heard my view. What I want to hear today is other people's view. What do you think's better? If you've been to both of them or you've been to either of them, let us know in the comments down below. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again a bit later.